Alright, hey guys, so it's Aelx here, and today I will be doing a class guide on the Arcane Darkcaster. This will be a complete class guide. This video will be one of my first ones where I try to experiment some new editing skills and try to make everyone really happy with this class guide by showing you guys in depth on every single thing possible upon this class. So first thing is that we're going to show you guys how to actually obtain the class. So in order to obtain this class, you have to have spent 2,000 ACs in one way or another. So there are many different ways of obtaining the class now. So when you actually purchase the class, you also get another free item. So what I mean by that is that if you buy it from the March Rare Shop, the Arcane Darkcaster class, you'll be able to get the armor version of the class for free. Another way you can get the class is if you go into the Dage's Dark Birthday shop, you can buy the Arcane Darkcaster armor or even the Shadow Gun Dark Gunner in order to obtain the class. Now if you bought any of these two or had merged the Arcane Darkcaster armor into the merged version of this armor here, if you walk up one room, you will see the Arcane Paragon pet. From this guy, you can actually do the quest in order to obtain it. So if you had bought in the class, you can get the armor, as you can tell here. If you had gotten any of the other ones, like any of the other armors per se, you can get the class. So in order to do this quest, you accept it, /Stone Graveyard, defeat a skeletal warrior. They're one of those guys with the hammer. Just kill one of them, 100% drop rate, boom, easy. Then you go into the merge shop, turn it in, and then now you have obtained the Arcane Darkcaster. Alright, now I will be talking a bit about this class. So this class is not your typical class. It is not a farming class. It is more of a soloing class. It is not a very good PvP class, but it is very fun to use. So that's pretty much the overall review upon this class. Okay, so now we're going to look at its statistics. Alright, so this is mostly based upon your spell power, as it being a caster class. So, you got a hit chance of 97.38, haste of 19.81, critical of 27.14, evasion of 16.47. The rank 4 passives currently are Shadow Skin. This increases your dodge chance by 20%. And your other rank 4 passive is the Arcane Focus, which increases your magic damage by 20%. And also another rank 4 passive is when you hit rank 10, in which the rank 10 passive is right here. You increase your hit chance by 20%. Alright, very cool stuff here. Okay, now I'm going to tell you guys what the enhancements are and everything before I start. So first things first is that you guys want to use a stable range. A stable range meaning a range that does not fluctuate or it's very random. I mean, it's not random. So for the example, the weapon I am using right now hits from 122 to 150. It's not that far. Something unstable would be considered 1 to 275. So try to use something that is in the stable range. Now for the enhancements, I recommend you guys to use Full Wizard. Because this class does not crit that often, or crit very high I should say, it's mostly reliant upon your heal over time and your damage over time. So you're going to go Full Wizard and for you to maximize the potential of this class. Okay, now we're going to start by looking at the skills. So 2 skill, Envelop in Darkness, 18 mana 2-second cooldown. This is going to be your main damaging skill. Alright, so what this does is it applies Consumed by Shadows. This does a decent amount of damage. It stacks up to 100 times and it lasts up to 10 seconds. So every time you use this skill, the duration will be restacked for another 10 seconds. Alright, so here we go. Boom. So pretty much your character shoots this really cool skull thing that just goes to the enemy, and you guys can tell, my damage over time is steadily increasing by 20 each time, which is pretty cool, right? Alright, so this, by doing the math, if you just do 20 times 100, or technically 23 times 100, the most damage over time you can do with just only using your 2 skill is around 2.3k damage. Decent, but not a high amount as you would think. Alright, next skill is called your Dark Leech. 30 mana, 30 second cooldown. This is also based upon your magical damage. All this does is that you get a heal over time for 15 seconds. You do a bit of damage to the enemy, and you also do damage over time upon them. You also reduce their chance to hit by 15%, and this will never ever miss. Alright, here we go. Boom. And there we go. It does like this kind of bond thing between you. So it's like you're stealing their energy and you're still making them suffer through the whole entire time. This is your main ability to survive in fights. Okay, your next skill is now called the Summon Arcane Shadow Minion. 20 mana, 8 second cooldown. What this does is you summon an Arcane Shadow Minion, and it's pretty much a little Thanatos pet, or Thanatos, however you like to call the Death God. A little pet of him, and what he does is he buffs your magical damage, he increases your healing, and it reduces all your damage that is taken. The pack that you make with your pet lasts for 10 seconds and can be stacked up to 5 times. So when this does not increase your damage over time damage, it only increases your magical damage. Okay, so when you're doing this skill, this is not a pet class, by the way, so you can use this skill in battle without having to summon the pet. So technically the effect is still there, but the pet doesn't have to be in battle. And if you want to see your new pet, all you have to do is unequip any pet you have on, press the button, and boom, there he is, he appears. Alright, and pretty much that's it. So here we go. He doesn't necessarily fight or do anything. All he does is helps you out. He's just like, okay, here you go, buddy, have a buff, hope you live. And that's pretty much it. So as you guys can tell, this guy's starting to do a bit more reduced damage every time I start stacking it up. So it's pretty nice, pretty good skill. Alright, and now on to its final skill. This one is called Arcane Overwhelming. 10 mana, 50 second cooldown. This is your main... This is a very interesting concept to this class. It's similar to Dragon Shinobi where you stun yourself, but it has bonus effects. So pretty much, you stun yourself for 6 seconds, but you regain pretty much all your mana back during that time. During this, after it's pretty much done, you also get your mana cost reduced by 50%, you increase your damage over time damage by 30%, and your haste is increased by 30% for 20 whole seconds. So technically, it's after you're stunned, or out of your stun, you have around 14 seconds to spam all your abilities trying to make use of this wonderful skill. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to attack this guy, and here we go. Boom. It has no animation, you're pretty much just phase stunned, you're just kind of chilling there like, what's going on? And pretty much, now you can tell that I'm starting to attack more faster, and during this point you can spam all your skills as much as you want until it fades. So it's very nice for doing a crazy amount of damage in a short amount of time, and people don't expect it. Okay, now we're going to be looking at which skills are useful in certain scenarios. Alright guys, so this part of the video will show you guys how to solo efficiently using the Arcane Darkcaster class. Alright, so this class is a bit unique compared to every other class because you have two abilities that you want to keep stacking up constantly without having to lose them, which would be a pain in the butt. So your two skills that you need to stack constantly are your 2 and 4 skill. Your 2 skill is for your damage over time. Your 4 skill is just to have your defensive abilities and your offensive abilities up and constantly helping you out. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys the combo and how to keep them up efficiently the whole entire time. So first off, you're going to start with your 4 skill, do your 2 skill a couple of times, 2 to 3 times, do your 3, 2, 4, then you do your 5 skill. Once you're out of your stun, you want to reapply your 4 skill instantly, and then spam all your skills as often as you can for the rest of the 14 seconds. After that, you want to conserve your mana and start doing your pattern again. So now I'll demonstrate to you guys. Do your 4 skill, your 2 skill a couple times, 1, 2, maybe 3 times. Then you're going to do your 3, 2, 4 to 5. Instantly you're going to be stunned. So after you're out of the stun, you want to just press your 4 skill. And then this is where you can pretty much spam for 14 seconds. And make sure to keep getting both your 2 and 4 skill stacked. Those are your priority skills. You want to make sure they're up and running the whole entire time. And there you go, the pack starts ending. And this is where you really got to conserve your mana. So you want your 4 skill constantly doing it, but you also want your 2 skill. So you do your 2 skill every now and then do your 4 whenever it's up. And now this is the part where people get mixed up. So as soon as it's about to go up, you do your 3, 2, 4, back to 5. This should keep everything still up. And then as soon as you're out of it, you want to do your 4 skill as fast as you can, and then repeat the process, and boom. Notice how my stacks, my damage over time, and my healing are still up. This is because I am constantly stacking up without losing anything at all. This is the most efficient way to do stuff, and pretty much that's it. Notice how it's going up. It's up to 1,000. My shadow pack should probably have faded by now. Now I just gotta conserve my mana, do a couple auto attacks, do a 2 skill every now and then, alright, this is where I really gotta conserve. Well, actually he's almost dead, so I'm just gonna spam this, to be honest. Yeah, normally if they have more HP, you're not supposed to do what I'm doing, but since he's pretty much almost dead, I can just do that. So that's pretty much how to use this class in a solo. Alright, now for farming with this class, you don't. Okay, so this class now in PvP, you want to prioritize your 4 skill, make sure it's always up, just kind of chilling up. And when you're going to fight people, you want to make sure you spam your 2 skill and then auto attack to try and get a 3 skill in there if possible. And that will be pretty much the most damage you can actually do to the person. So right here I'm taking a ton of damage. If you're low on mana, you want to hop to a different room, press your 5 skill, and just chill there for a bit, just kind of be like, what's up guys? And then once you're ready to fight again, you just smack them and be like, hey, how you doing, buddy? And then, just kind of show off. Probably get wrecked by this guy. Nope, kill him. Kind of just do stuff like that. Get your 4 kills stacked up and just chill and beat everyone up. Pretty much that's the process of this class, so that's pretty fun. Okay, so now my final review after you guys should know by now how to use this class in every different type of scenario. Okay, so my final review on this class is that, it's okay. It's okay. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's fun to use, to be honest. It's a very cool class. It is a non-overpowered class by far. It is not overpowered in any way, so don't expect it to be really strong. But okay, here we go. We're going to get started on it. Soloing capabilities of this class is actually a 7 out of 10. It is able to solo some of the hardest bosses in the game due to its defensive abilities and also its life-stealing abilities. Like, it's actually really good on soloing. I was surprised. The problem about soloing though is it's not efficient. It is really not efficient at all. It takes a while to solo compared to other soloing classes, so it lacks in that department. But besides that, it's not that bad. Now for farming, it's a 2 out of 10. Like, really guys, don't use it for farming. It's minimal damage output, plus it's only single target, so you do not want to use it for farming. That's the last thing you want to do. Now for PvP, well, usually in PvP, so Bludger Brawl, if you're using it in Bludger Brawl, it's tough. You're fighting some of the harder classes in the game. Blazebinder, Artifact Hunter, classes that can one-shot you, classes that can reflect your damage. That's a pain in the butt. And this class doesn't offer any nukes or anything. It offers damage over time, slowly killing them. So it takes a lot of hits. So you have to use this class in a very careful way, and it's not very efficient at it, and it's kind of weak at doing it. So this class is a 5 out of 10 in PvP. In 1v1s, it pretty much just gets destroyed, it gets stomped on. You pretty much want to cry in a corner and, wish you didn't play the game. But that's how this class works. I mean, it's possible to beat people still, but it's pretty tough. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this class. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I tried to tell you guys how to use this class in every different scenario, and I hoped it helped. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.